So hi everyone, this is Srinithi. So I'm a software developer at HCL GUI, and to be tell about myself, there are two things. One is I love to develop code, and one is that I would like to share my knowledge or speak behind the or in front of the people. So without any delay, let's start our session. So yeah. And I hope the session was sparked, and my title is about flow state, building a distraction-free note taker with a Gemini side panel. So I think many of the students are here, okay? Majority of the students is here than with the professions, right? So may I know how many of you have bring out your notepad, like any note? Okay. Yeah, okay, few quiet are there. So I'm a person who love to take a note along with me wherever I go. So where I have started myself attending events, then I have started taking notes. So the way I started taking notes, after a few days I came to know that I couldn't able to organize or being able to keep everything in my own hand, because if I travel to somewhere, I couldn't able to keep everything within my hand itself, right? So I started thinking about why I shouldn't build something where I can able to see it anywhere without losing any data, a single data. So that's where this idea have picked out. And next is that the problem. So constantly switching between tabs. So there are many students out there, right? So if you're trying to build a project or something, you're watching via YouTube, there are points will be popping out of something will be popping out of your mind, right? So what you will be doing is that you will be taking notes either in your notes or in some of the online applications which you are taking out. So have you ever been stressed out like why I have to switch between tabs and I have to go between different applications? So actually that was very frustrating for me. So and it also breaks my concentration, where you'll be missing out the concentration while switching between different tabs and different applications. And the scattered notes, like we'll be having a clumsy notes. Like for example, if I was watching a YouTube and I will be having many kind of points in my mind. For example, I have to build a project, yeah, some motivational videos I was watching. So we will be taking notes like that, I have to do this thing, the first thing. And if you are switching to another kind of things, there will be a lot of things you will be noting in your notepad, right? So all this will be clumsy. So what we will do is that we will take every data, like the context, and we'll be giving to the AI for summarizing. So why don't we have everything in a single? So that's why. And also a lower deep work time. So if you are constantly switching between any applications or your handwritten notes, you will be missing some of the little bit of concentration and needs little bit of more work than that. So what the solution is that in browser note integrated. So this idea has came to me like while I was working. What I did is that it is a demo video making. So it is screen capture. It has to be screen capture every data, every screenshots and the instructions in my application. So there is an extension, one of the extension which is very good, that is Tango. So what it does is that even if I'm in my application recording all the screens, it will be there as this extension. So without I'm switching to the another tab, I can come and do all the editings in the same side panel itself without switching tabs. It makes it very easy. And next one is that one-click AI summarization. So recently, like quite a few months back, like we all know that Gmail has one of the best feature, like summarizing your email content. Even if it is not very good for students, all the working profession know the very best use of that, because if it is in a many email thread, like it may be around 20 to 30 threads will be in a single email, and we couldn't read every single thread, right? So what it does is that it will summarize every content, like in all the threads it will summarize each and every content, and in the top of that email it has the AI summarization. So it looks very good, right? So that's where the idea came of, like one-click AI summarization. So our next one is that local first storage for privacy and immediate access. So even if you're on offline, you can still take notes and still persist the notes. So without any like if you using some of the Notion or some of the online tools, you have to connect it with the internet. But there will be an offline method also. But what you have to do is that you have to enable the offline option. But this flow state AI doesn't need any offline enabling action, because it is already offline available. And so the main core goals of this flow state AI is that instant low friction node capture. Like if you are in like if I was telling this presenting my presentation, right? So if you want to take notes, currently I was using the VS Code notes, like a text editor, and if it is in a Chrome, I can do this in a single extension. So it isn't very instant. I don't have to go or do anything like that. So what you have to do is that instantly, like how fast your hands move is how fast you can take your notes. And next one is that optional AI summarization on demand. So AI summarization is totally optional. It is not mandatory. So if you need AI summarization, you can also use that. And next one is that offline persistence with Chrome storage.local. So for the offline data persistent, there is a command like chrome.storage.local where it will store the data in the local, like Chrome storage local. So it will be available across all your devices. Even if you are in laptop and I have to see the data in my another laptop, I can able to see because it stores in the Chrome local browser. It is totally browser based. And next one is that minimal permissions and clear privacy. So there won't be this Chrome extension won't be getting many permissions, like it needs your mic permissions, video, not like that. Nothing permissions will be asked. Just you have to give your storage for storing the data. And clear privacy. All the data will be viewed only to you. That is the person who is using that browser. And coming to the tech stack, so the very beauty of this Chrome extension is that you don't have to be a very good pro developer to develop any extensions, because it uses only HTML, JavaScript and CSS only. So even if you are very basic with CSS, you can develop, and with a very minimal UI, I have developed a very good side view. So I will show a demo of that in the end of the session. And it is in V3 extension model service worker background processing. So like all the JavaScripts will be handled via the background jobs service worker model. So what it does is that, so in AI based summarization is there, right? So what it will do is it will trigger a service worker. So if you're clicking the AI summarization, background worker will work. So how this actually helps in all type of applications, everything is right. For example, if you are using an application and it has to do some of the kind of work that has to be done only upon the request, not all the time. What we can do is that we can have a background job like schedulers, and there are a lot of things. It is not based on extension, it is a common thing. So for example, if you have to trigger some of the action at 12 p.m. So what we can do is that we can put it in a background job. It will automatically execute the command, or it will automatically do the action at that particular time itself. That's where the background job actually works. So same like thing, the works in the extension which is service worker background processing. And the next one is that next tech stack is that it is not a tech stack, but I have integrated a Gemini API. So for text summarization, there is an Gemini API. So which is you have to provide the Gemini API. So we will talk about that also. And next one is that Chrome local storage. So it actually helps to store the data in a Chrome storage itself. So it doesn't require your system level. Like if you have storage, some of the applications requires a system storage, right? It doesn't require any system storage. All the data will be stored in your Chrome only, not in your system also. Even if you are switching to the another system, you can still able to see the data. Yeah. And coming to the architecture of this flow state AI is, so initially a pop-up UI will be there. Like if you're clicking that extension, it will open a pop-up. So the pop-up opens, the background service starts working on. So what it does is that it will keep on checking, is there any work is being triggered, or if I have to do anything. If that any is being detected, it will automatically start the action. The next one is a Gemini API. So it processes the request and returns data for the storage. For example, all the storage data in your Chrome will be taken out for the summarization once if you are clicked for the summarization. So it will automatically send the data to a Gemini API and a Gemini API call, and it will, what it does is that it will extract all the data and it will process the data and will summarize and it will return. So the response data will be stored, it will be replaced in a Chrome storage, not added. And next is that local storage, like all the data will be stored in your local storage, and once it is stored in your local storage, and if you are opening around some time, it will render in your UI. So this is how the architecture works here. And okay, I spoke about the Gemini API key, right? So there may be a chance, like you may be like panic, like oops, some of the secret or critical data may be leaked out for the Gemini, because if you are somehow using some of the very confidential information in your note takers, will it be exposed to someone, like all the users of this extension? No. What? Why means each user, like if you are using this extension, you have to give your own Gemini API. So if you are giving the own Gemini API, all the limits will be in your hand only. If you are putting a pro level API key also, it will be lifetime access and depends on your API key which you are providing out. And the key is stored locally and not in any kind of service. Even if you are giving your key to the extension, it is not visible to me because I don't have that, because all these things will be stored in your particular Chrome browser local storage, local only, not in my backend server. And it's never transmitted or shared with any server. You don't have to be very fear of that. And next one is the enhances privacy. So I said about that confidential critical data which shouldn't be exposed to some of the users, right? So you can be trust this, and it is very privacy and it is transparent and use the control also. And also it eliminates the risk of shared or leaked credentials. So your credentials won't be shared with any of our clients. And so in this extension, I have used one of the Gemini model, which is Gemini 2.5 Flash. So there are many models available in Gemini. So why particularly I have chosen Gemini 2.5 Flash? I will tell you about that. So I taken a few models. One is Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is the latest model in 2.5 version, and Gemini 2.5 Flash and Flashlight. So based on the order itself, it says that Pro is a very good level and the Flash is the mid level and the Flashlight is somehow a little bit lower level. So in Gemini Pro model, it has many powerful reasoning model for complex tasks. But in Gemini 2.5 Flash, it has only fast and resistant, efficient and cost effective for high volume text tasks. So in Flashlight, there are some lightweighted versions over there. So not only for extension, whatever thing you are working out, you have to make sure why I need this, what I need for. So if you are working on something, you have to make sure, you have to ask yourself why I need this. So I can put 2.5 Pro easily, but why haven't done that? Because I don't need a very big model, because it will have the many kind of things. Like it says that it's a powerful reasoning model for complex tasks. But for summarization, we don't need a complex task, right? So I just come to the little bit lower level of 2.5 Flash. It is very fast efficient and is mainly for the text tasks. So I have used this 2.5. And it is for real-time summarization, and it also helps in speech and accuracy, and it also has a low latency, because all your data will be easily summarized within a few seconds, depends on your text size. Okay, so the funny thing is that for a few days back only, I have submitted my extension for the Google for review, and unexpectedly, after a few times while I was sitting today in the morning, I just casually searched on my web store, like whether it is rejected or it is in review state. But very surprised it is launched. So I was surprised and was included the slide as soon as possible. So you guys can scan this and you can see my extension there and try it out. Just it is open for any feedbacks, and I would like to hear any suggestions or something which we can able to improve. So just you can note it down, like go to the Chrome extension, you can type flow state AI. So once you have typed it, an extension will be coming out. You can just pin it to your Chrome and it will be opening, and I will show the demo of that same also. Okay, I think, do anyone need time for scanning? Okay, let me just give for 10 seconds. Okay, so this is the Chrome extension which was launched today. So the extension name is Flow State AI. let me show the demo with this live itself. And okay. So all the overviews will be here, like a distraction-free note taker or the Gemini summarization, and list of all the description will be available here. And what I can do is that I can just add to the Chrome. Yeah. Okay. So while I was adding itself, there is an alert says that. Sorry, I will remove it once again. So whatever the extensions you are adding into a Chrome, it always shows some alerts. So you have to make sure to read everything, because some of the extension has some of the permissions. If you are comfortable and okay with that permissions allowing only, you have to add to the Chrome. So I have added to the Chrome, and we will check with this. And in the extensions, I have my extension flow state AI, and I will ping it. Okay, super. So okay, so this is where the extension I can able to click. It is on one click. I said about a one click note taker. Just a click and note taker is available here. Even if I go to the next tab, the note taker is there. Even if I go to the next tab, the note taker is there. So this is what I said about switching between tabs in your note taker got disappeared. But you have to search upon where is my note taker, and I will be going there, and I will be coming here, taking my copying the content, and I will be putting there. But this extension helps you to, the side panel view is very user friendly. It is an UX better designed note taker. And there are few set of formatting options. It is a basic like bold, italic, underline, and that's it. And this is our main core like optional option is that summarize with Gemini. I will show you a demo of that also. So I have to copy the content. Okay. I hope my key is not exposed. Okay, so this is the content I took from somewhere. If I type everything, it all will be somehow bored, so I have just pasted it. So this is the content I took for some of the sunlights and photos synthesis. So what I can do is that I will just click on the summarize. So it asks for your Gemini API key, right? So I have my own API key, but you have to give your own API key. So how I taken this API key is that there is an Gemini AI Studio. So you have to pick your key from there. You have to generate your key from there. So once you have generated your key, you can just paste it here. So if you want a pro level access, you can pay and get it the key. But I had a free version, so I'm using the Gemini 2.5 Flash only. So wait a minute. Yeah. So this is the extra. This is sorry. Yeah, so in this AI Studio, what it does is that you have to go to this get API key option that is located here. So once you have clicked on that, it will show you to create an API. So there are list of APIs keys which is available here. So I have just copied my key. I will be copying my key. So yeah. So once I have clicked my summarize with Gemini API, it will ask for my API key. So I just pasted it. Yeah. So it says it's summarizing. After a few seconds, it will summarize the content and it will replace your actual content in the notepad. So which helps in students or professions to summarize your notes. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, it is summarized within a few seconds. Yeah, and also few formatting options are also available here. So as I already said, even if I close or refresh or whatever, I can still able to see the data which is the notes I have taken. I will just close my extension. Yeah, I have opened, the data is still there. So for example, if I am opening in another of the Windows tab, I can still see the data. Okay. So this is all about the flow state demo, and we will move to the actual presentation. Yeah. Okay, so for this extension, what are the key files and structures I have used is that manifest.json. So for all the applications, you have to use some of the configurations or metadata files. For if it is an HTML, there will be and some of the metadata which is available in that head tag, right? So for this, the Chrome extension, the main configuration metadata data will be available in this manifest.json. So it shows about what is my actual title, like my Chrome extension name, and I have to map the service background also here. For example, if I have many background services, but I have to map only one thing, I can map it here itself. Then only Chrome extension can identify what background job I can able to use. And next one is about the popup.html. It is an UI which we saw in the extension, right? So the right side view, it is an HTML, and all the alignments and the styles are being applied using that style.css. And coming to the background.js, so the service background, a backbone of this AI summarization. So once if you click that AI summarize with AI button, what it does is that the background.js file, it actually collects the data from your storage and it will send the data to the Gemini. So the Gemini, what it does is that, so there is a code, for example, yeah. Is the black screen okay for you all? Okay, cool. So what it does is that it will call an model Gemini 2.5 Flash with the content called as summarize this. This is a prompt which I gave to this extension background services. So I will pass this content to the Gemini, like summarize this. The prompt will be appended before, not after of this content. It will appended before and summarize this and my content. All the contents which I have gave for the summarization. All this will be summarized with this prompt, and this background.js file will send the data to a site panel.js file. So that file, what it does is that it will capture and show the all data to a UI. And this is all about the files and the structure of this extensions. Okay, we keep on saying like how to build and what are the file structures we have, right? So what about the permissions? Will Google immediately review all your data which you are submitted and will publish your extension? No, we have to specify what are the permissions we actually need for this extension to get from the users. For example, in this I don't have any permissions from the users, so I just simply give no permissions. And I have to mention about what are the service model I was using. Like if I actually need a background service running or not, I have to specify that. And next one is an active tab. For example, I already said, already we have seen that, right? UI, that pop-up UI is in all the active tabs you are in. If you are going to whatever the tabs, the active tab, the pop-up UI will be present in your active tab itself. So we have to mention there, I need the permission for the active tab and for the storage and list of permissions which you are using. Yeah. So about the manifest v3, there are set of versions in Google, like for the Chrome extension also. Previously there is a manifest v2. So now the current latest version is manifest v3. So what's the difference actually between manifest v2 and what's better in v3? So enhanced security. Extensions can no longer run without your background, extensions can no longer run without your hosted code. For example, in the previous v2 versions, you don't have to upload all your files. Just necessary files only have to be uploaded. But due to some security purposes, some of the data which is being hidden from the Google, they started doing like you have to submit all the code which you are using in this extension. So this is one of the best enhanced security in v3. And next one is about improved performance. So all the background pages has been replaced with your service worker, because service workers work very best, because all the times you don't have to be trigger, like what it will automatically does is that it will keep on looking for any data is there, so I have to do. So it actually grabs or it monitors like a 24/7 CCTV camera, and it will check is there any background jobs which I have to run. And also promise support. Many extensions APIs now support promises in addition to callbacks. So there is a promise and the callbacks is there, right? So now manifest v3 supports promises also. And next was then the improved event handling. Service workers can now receive events also, like clicking, mouse tracking, something, list of many events are being monitored. And next one is the compliance incident and fix. Yeah, not every success comes without any failures. Yeah, one time Google rejected my Chrome extension because the mistake I have made is that I don't use one of the permissions like scripting, but I have mentioned their scripting because one of the ChatGPT have given me please include the scripting also. So I just blindly include the scripting. But Google what it does is that it will pick me up. You didn't use itself, so why have you mentioned about? So reviewed, flagged, unused permission like scripting, and the action which I have done is that audited the manifest.json file, and I have immediately removed the scripting permissions which I don't even use, and I also resubmitted, and the result is updated privacy practice documentation, and my extension is finally published because I have mentioned the correct used permissions only in that extension submission. Yeah, so what I can give you the takeaways is that I have made a mistake, but you don't have to make. So the developer best practices is that request only the essential permissions and justify the same in the listing also, and keep the UI logic and API logic separated via parsings. And also you have to mainly test your background services. Yeah, and also you have to test your background services in a v3 because my background services stopped at the middle itself while testing. So you have to make sure to test via the entire v3 lifecycle. And for the document privacy and API usage clearly. Privacy.html file is very mandatory for your extension. Like you have to mention about what are the privacy you are going to do for you are going to showcase for your users. Yeah, so these are the very basic things I have done so far in FlowState AI, but I have something in my mind to do in the future also. What are the next for the FlowState AI? Yeah, it is export to file. So far it is having like you can type, you can summarize, and you can able to see the data, and the data are consistent. What I can do is that export to PDF for documents or whatever the supported files which I can able to do. And the second one is voice input. Next efficiency is that you don't have to type, you can just give a voice input. And next is the selective summarization. So for the initial state I have summarized the whole content, but in the upcoming I will be summarizing only the selective content. And for the next is smart tagging. If you are putting many contents in your note taker like a FlowState AI, you can actually tag like what are the contents is about. Is it about the personal or office or to-do list or work or food like that. Next one is that cloud sync. It is in a pipeline, so I have to think about what I have to do about that. So yeah, FlowState AI is not going to stop. It's going to be a very big, and I will keep on working on that. If anyone is interested to collaborate, or you can also just, it is an open source, you can just pull it out like from my GitHub. I'll post it my LinkedIn today. So if anyone is interested, just pull from the GitHub and try with your own extension, so you can have a hands-on experience also. And yeah, open to questions. Any questions so far, or any suggestions or feedback? Okay, I hope nothing. It's okay, no problem. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can ping me back. So this is my LinkedIn's QR. If you want to stay connected with me, please scan this link and you will be staying connected with me. Yeah guys, thank you.
Thank you, Srinithi. That was inspiring. A perfect open to the day full of innovation. I may now invite Selva Heritage, organizer of DevFest Coimbatore, to present a moment to our speaker.